Life is way too short to not be enjoying yourself. Don't let somebody's personal issues with you keep you from your personal pleasure. Remember that. Those are their personal issues, and it might not have anything to do with you. That's why they call them, quote unquote, personal. This is Epiphany 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, your favorite show, Lust for Life. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We have a discussion. You can call in to the station. I know I probably gave the number out before, but I'm going to give the number out again. So this is Vegas, and the number is 702-412-5870. That's our number. I'm coming after this. Once again, that number is, if you want to call into the radio station and ask any questions, have a dialogue with me. We're going to take callers. We don't usually take callers in, but we're going to keep it real casual tonight. And you can call in 702. Once again, it's Vegas, 702-412-5870. And this is Facebook Live and YouTube channel.
22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, the station that has more fun.
And you're on.
Hey! Yes. This is your favorite station, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. And this is your favorite show, Lust for Life, LV, with your host, Epiphany. And tonight, we're talking about getting what we want. Woo! No more excuses about why you don't have the life you want. Because that's what it all is. It's excuses about why you don't have the life that you really want. We were just talking about before our music break about other people's personal issues with you. And you're taking their personal issues with you and making them about you when they're not. Which is inevitably keeping you from what you want in this world. So I had a guru once tell me that people will like you and people will hate you. And neither one of those things have anything to do with you. Just think about that for a minute. And that was the most freeing thing I've ever heard. Because a lot of times we take something so hard, so harsh, that we're sitting literally thinking about it all night long. We can't even sleep because we're trying to figure out somebody else's issues and feelings. What they really don't is just a system of conditioning and upkeep and social environment and culture and family values. It's a plethora of things that might be going on. Then once again, it has nothing to do with you. Somebody don't like you, it has nothing to do with you. Somebody likes you, it still don't have anything to do with you, because what that person likes is ego. People like to see themselves. Some people like to see that ego aspect, and that's what make them like you. If they can't see themselves in you, then they don't like you. Usually how that go. So therefore, when you're dealing with that, you're dealing with that person's ego. You thinking like, oh, this person loves me. No, they love what they see. I had a father one time who only took his son to certain events when it had to do with something that he could relate to. For example, his son was an all-around all-star athlete, okay? He liked basketball, he liked baseball, he liked volleyball. He liked it all, okay? But his father only showed up to take him and actually sit in the bleachers and participate and support his son when it was baseball season. That's because when he was in school, that was his choice of sport. You see that? You see how that goes? And that's father and son blood. So that just show you your own parent can be that way. It's all limited. You want to know what somebody else is thinking about you is a waste of time. How somebody feels about you, that's a waste of time. You should be living your life because it's way too short. I know you see people out there on the news and people are getting mass murdered in every city. For a minute, I thought I was being stalked and spiritually stalked for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Because it seemed like every city I went to, it was a mass shooting murder happened. Like, is this something? Is it me? I'm starting to think it's personal. Like, what is going on? I moved to Arkansas for a minute. It's Arkansas. What happens in Arkansas, the backwoods of Arkansas? The year I moved there, they had a mass shooting at a nightclub, Power, or lounge, whatever you want to call it, of like 20 something people. They never had nothing like that. It made national headlines. And then when I moved to Vegas, we all know about the shooting that happened in Vegas last October. I was like, what is going on here? What is going on? And it's like, it's going with these schools, it's going with these big events, it's everywhere. We don't know when our number is up. And you don't want to have that regret when something happens to you. Well, I should have did this. You don't want to shoulda all over yourselves. That was I supposed to say. You don't want to be that person reeking in your shouldas. You want to be clean, conscious, and clear about who you are, what you want, and go after it without excuses. Stop blaming your brother. Stop blaming your mother. Stop blaming your spouse. Stop blaming. That brings us to number 6, blame game. Who plays the blame game in their household? I know some people out there just thinking like, is that me? I don't know. It might be. If you don't want to admit it, that's fine. I'm not here to call anybody out. I'm just here to enlighten you and give you some examples that if it is you or if it's somebody else that you know, just look at their life. Are they living life fully? Are they happy? Or are they playing this blame game all the time? I have a cousin who's like a professional blamer. I have a cousin that's a professional blamer. And I can't stand it because it's like, this is like a really crazy cycle and you're just getting older. You know what I mean? You're getting older and things are not changing for you. The time is running out. I see differently. It's all about perspectives. I see something different. When I see him, I see his hair is full of gray hair. He can't move the way he used to. I see him getting old. I'm going to just put it out there. I see him getting old. And he still got the song and dance that, woe is me. My life is not this. I saw a recent thing he had put on the internet about trying to put people on blast for not supporting his business, okay? And I'm not even trying to take that away, that sucks. When you have family that don't support you and you're trying to do something positive, you're not trying to be out here slinging dope or anything crazy, and you don't get that support, it sucks. But if you're talking about something like that night after night, day after day, year after year, you getting older and older, it's not other people at some point. Some point it might be you. It might just be you. It's like, okay, I get it too. Like I struggled with that when I was younger, especially. Not necessarily support, but acceptance. My thing was acceptance because I was always the black sheep of the family, the weirdo. And I just felt like I was being suffocated to try to be something else that I wasn't. I feel like I was suffocating. And it was hard dealing with that when you don't have that support on just being yourself. That's kind of hard. So I kind of relate in a way to how he felt, but I decided to do something different. I didn't decide to just like go on like this crazy rant every day and put my family members on blast for being the worst people on earth because they weren't doing what I wanted them to do. You hear that? It's the ego. You want to have a better life, goes to number 7. We have to transcend our egos. Because whenever you got that I in there, that's an identity. And identity is the id, which is the ego. That we say in psychology, the id. You have to transcend that energy to your higher self. We all have a higher self. Remember the cartoons, people? The little bad devil and the good angel. That doesn't go away. We have that with us every day. And we're intentionally choosing to tune out certain frequencies. You can choose also to turn into them as well. and ease your situation. So for my advice for people like that, I want to say that it's time to get creative. I feel like the higher self is more creative. It's not a complainer. It's not a blame game person. It's a creative person. So when I needed help with a certain task, I literally just started writing down people that I know that like to do that task. Instead of going to people that you know don't like it, don't have any skills in it, and don't even know what the name of it is, maybe it's time for just going into something that goes with who they are, and you can collaborate together. So, for example, if you want an animal, if you buy an animal to protect your house, answer the simple questions out there, Facebook Live, everybody out there, YouTube. Do you buy a turtle? Do you buy a turtle to protect your house? That turtle can't do. The turtle walks so slow. It's crawling to the door. The burglar done busted through the windows. It's crawling. It's quiet. See how silly that sounds? No, you want a pit bull. You want a German shepherd. You want somebody who can bite the hell out of somebody and loud and bark. That's what you want to do. You don't want to have a turtle protect your house. And that's the same thing with a person with a business. If you have a business and you're mad at your family because they're not supporting you in your business, you don't want to have somebody, you don't have that discard with somebody that is your family, because you know they can't do it. They don't have that type of capabilities. They don't have that type of expertise. You're asking your little brother to do your taxes for you when he just graduated from school. You know what I mean? It's not fair to that family member. You want to try to be fair to people. Try to have compassion for people. Find the right people that can help you with your dreams and your desires, and stop expecting the wrong people to assist you with your dreams and desires. Once again, don't buy a turtle if you need a pit bull or a German shepherd to protect your house. Don't get a bunny rabbit to sit in your window. What is that going to do for you? Instead of being mad, and he's like, that's like me turning around and cussing out the bunny rabbit. You damn silly bunny rabbit. You saw the damn murderer. Well, all my shit go. What's going on? Isn't that crazy? Would you think that's crazy? Because it is crazy. I'm just going to let you know it is crazy to expect somebody who's a bird to bark like a dog. Know your environment. Know your people. Get creative. And that's how you win. Be creative, and yes, Care Bear, be compassionate. Be compassionate. Because some people, you never know what they're going through. You never know what it is in their minds that is stopping them from not helping you succeed. You just don't know. I had a friend one time that got super mad because this girl didn't come over and do her makeup for her, and she's a makeup artist, and we having all these unnecessary fights with our people that we love. Yes, she knew how to do the makeup and you didn't, but at the time she didn't realize that her boyfriend just dumped her. And if you really love somebody, that might take a minute to get over. And makeup might be the farthest thing from your mind. You're not thinking about doing nobody makeup and somebody just broke your heart. You just don't know where somebody is mentally. So you might have to step back and get creative. Like sometimes I get on the internet and I just go to Fancy Hands and I hire somebody from Fancy Hands, something little cheap little thing like that. Like somebody I never seen. Like, okay, they know how to do it. Do you know how to do this? I type in, do you know how to do this? Some imaginary people that I never met before come and type it back. Yep, I know how to do it. Okay, good. Done. Done. We don't do this to each other. We take the time and try to understand each other. Oh, number 7. We're going to move down the list. So again, tonight we're talking about the 13 things that keep you from what you really want. Because there is some real causation to why you don't have it. And it's not your mother, it's not your father. Playing martyr. The martyr complex. Sometimes we get so stuck in trying to help everybody else, we forget ourselves. And once again, that's related to conditioning. You might have grew up in a household where you had to take on the leadership role. You might be the firstborn. That's always notorious for firstborns. They always have to be able to do like everything and be expected to do everything. They get so much dumped on them in a very early age. And that carries on with them throughout their life. They never break out of the cycles. We get put in cycles and we don't even know that we're in. They just become subconscious. So we start doing this thing that we were taught and never stop. You hear me? Never stop. We might be 50 years old doing the same thing we was told to do at 15 because we're stuck in the cycle. Sometimes you need to step back and just evaluate your patterns and ask yourself a true question. If I don't do this, is anybody going to die? That's what I ask myself. Because I know we all have that guilty conscience thing going on with us and all that. But if you just ask yourself that one question, it can free you. It can free you. Just stop and say, if I don't do this, is somebody going to die? No, they're not. Most likely they're not. Now, if you're a heart surgeon, okay, don't listen to me. This is not for the heart surgeons out there. You perform about heart surgery on that person if you're a heart surgeon. I'm talking about the people who are just whiny, spoiled brats who expect you to do everything for them. I'm talking about those people. It's nothing wrong with letting somebody know it's time to walk with their own legs. I just had a conversation with my co-host Vibes the other day about how I was like, oh my God, I feel like that day when I was 6 years old and my mom took off my training wheels. Does anybody remember that day? I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was traumatic. Oh my God. I was so mad at my mom. I hated her. I swear I thought she was the devil for taking off my training wheels. I was mad, sad, confused. Like, how am I going to do this now? This is garbage. This bike ain't going to work without the training wheels. But I told Vibes, I was like, look, if my mother went and took off those training wheels, I would not have learned the lesson I need to learn. I would not have to, I would be in a different space than I am now. A space that is just weak, not capable, scared. My mother was a pusher. And I get it from her too. Like my father calls me a pusher. But I get it from my mom. My mother pushed me to do things that I was afraid of. And I am so grateful she was that person because I was a chicken. My nickname from her was Chicken Butt. Besides pumpkin, it was Chicken Butt. I was scared of snow. How you gonna live in Michigan and be scared of snow? She tried to have a snowball fight with me when I was like 4. And she threw a little tiny snowball at my chest. I had a coat on. I was protected. It wasn't that big of a deal. I started crying. She's like, you're no fun. What the hell? What kind of child did I get? Sorry. You got the chicken butt. She molded me to get out of that. And to this day, I try to push myself to move past my fears because that's the only way things get done. Only way. If you stuck in this fear mode, you never know what you are capable of achieving. You will never know. And I've been able to achieve some miraculous things that I am so proud of. It's a good feeling to be proud of yourself. Fuck being proud of somebody else being proud of you because that's only temporary. It feels good for a moment, but then you get trapped in that cycle like, oh, I got to keep this person believing in me. I got to keep this person proud of me. That's unhealthy. You don't ever want to be in an unhealthy cycle where you're constantly trying to make somebody proud of you. The only person that matters about who to be proud of is yourself. And when you are proud of yourself, you've hit the jackpot. Because no one can take that feeling from you. That's not fleeting. That's solid ground. Yeah, you dig a trap. You get trapped in people's expectations. You don't want to be in other people's expectations. Because then that would be enslavement. You don't want to be enslaved. You want to be free. Even the people that look like they want to be enslaved don't want to be enslaved. They just haven't figured it out. Hi, cousin. They haven't figured it out how to free themselves yet. Because we all operate with the two subconscious and conscious feelings. They could contradict each other. They could definitely contradict each other. So, time always runs so fast here. I want to give you guys a blessing of a technique that I use myself to let you know that whether you're on the right track or not with your desires, or even to try to figure out what your desires are, because once again, your subconscious and your conscious, they are going to sometimes contradict each other. And it's a good way to figure out what is true and what is not. So, if you have like a journal here, like I like to keep me a nice journal. It's all sparkly and girly, like it's black. You can write things down. Writing things down is very powerful. You like to write down your desires. Write down all the desires that you have or you think you have, because sometimes it might be something somebody else put on you. And you're holding their truth to be your truth when it's not. And just start to meditate and visualize on each and every one. And the one that gets you really excited the most, that is your true desire. That's your true desire. I just did this exact exercise with myself earlier this week because I've been kind of focusing on buying my dream house. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to buy a house again. I really want to buy a house again, blah, 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 blah. And then I did the meditation thing on my desires, and what came up in my desires was an apartment. Can you believe that? It was not a house. I thought it was. What I visualized that got me so geeked and excited and saucy was the small apartment, like a 2-bedroom with a basketball court with some really fine brothers to play every day. I could go watch out my window. Simple, right? That is what got me so excited. You have to try something and dig deeper in yourself, because sometimes we're so on autopilot with what our parents wanted us to do, our kids supposed to be, our relatives, our media, our environment. You just need to unplug for a minute and really go within yourself and say, self, what do you want? Because it's time that I give you what you want. I'm sorry I've been neglecting you. Just simple as that. I'm sorry I've been neglecting you. Know that whatever you want is okay. Know that you are the shit. And with that, we're going to take a song break and come right back.
Seven style. It's time to make it happen. We'll do a little something like this. Come on.
Something for the people. Take you back to 90s. Is it like a cow in here? You heard that? What was that? Boo? I don't know this version. Yeah, it's supposed to be the version, but I don't remember that cow boo sound. What is this? Yay! Remember this?
all you ever need. Oh, yeah. Good love.
Remember this song?
And I won't waste your time. Satisfaction is guaranteed. I'll be the one that you need to break you off in the middle of the night. I'll take a little trip downtown. I'll be the freak you need in the night. And I know.
Since being low, we're gonna have to cut this short. And yes, woohoo! I love that song. This is 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, baby, and this is Epiphany, and tonight's topic is reasons, real reasons you're not getting what you want in life. And we've been breaking it down, going in all night. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys, and I'm here to support you in manifesting whatever you truly want, because you are the shit. Regardless of what you might feel, think, been told, heard over and over again, you are the bomb. And infinite possibilities is always possible with you. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys out there came up with $1 million idea before in your lifetime, but just didn't act on it. That to me is just like the shame that we keep ourselves from our own potential. We keep ourselves from our own potential. Because I said earlier in the show, we have 70,000 thoughts a day. Love you, Cuzzo. We have 70,000 thoughts a day. And in the course of your lifetime, that's an infinite amount of thoughts. You can't tell me that you did not have $1 million idea in one of those thoughts on one of those days. You did. You had a plethora of them. The problem is that we do not act on them. We make excuses of why we can't act on them. So once again, I'm telling people to get your little journal, go old school, or you just really want your iPhone, do that too. And write down the beginning of the week your ideas. Like whenever you get an idea, start writing it down or recording them. Some people don't like to write. I get it. Like it's be easy to have a voice recorder and say, hey, idea today, blah, 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 done. That takes 2 seconds. I don't even take a full minute to do. This is my idea today. Record. Okay. Save. Do that every day for a week. And by the end of that week, listen to those ideas and then be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, which of those ideas you actually acted upon? What did you act upon? Was it 2? Was it 3? Or was it 0? Let's be honest with ourselves. How many people out there that had some great ideas and just slept on them and then got mad when they saw somebody else with their idea? I think everybody has had that moment like, dog, I had thought of that 5 months ago or 5 years ago. And that person is cleaning up with my idea. If you have a whole 100 list of ideas by the time Friday come around and you haven't acted on at least one, that proves that you are keeping yourself away from your desires. Not your spouse, not your wife, not your husband, but you. You had 100 ideas that you thought was great, and you didn't act on at least one of them. That says something about you. And we didn't even get to all of the many reasons that people keep themselves and don't have the life that they want. But just to go down real quickly, we have like the martyr complex we talked about, keeping the wrong company, starting something and not finishing it. How many people have started something and just quit? Just quit. They don't even know why. Some people have reasons, some people don't. I know people who don't even have reasons. They don't even know why they quit something. I'm here to tell you that you have the power to change all that. And today, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. And I want to let you know that you are great and wonderful. And we love you here at 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, Lust for Life. We love you. We want to support you. If you have any questions, email me at lustforlifelv@consultant.com. Hit us up on Instagram. We're on lustforlifelv, Facebook LV. We're everywhere. Easily contact us. We can guide you to the life you truly want. This is Epiphany, and I have to sign out. The show is almost over. It went by so fast, but I love you guys. I just want you to feel better too. Bye.